Hello students. Today I am going to revise the whole syllabus of algebra of class 10th, which includes 4 chapters: linear equations, polynomials, quadratic equations and arithmetic progressions. So please watch my video till the end. If you have not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe my channel, and if you have any query, then please drop it in the comment box.
Polynomials. There are three types of polynomials: linear polynomial, which is in degree 1, quadratic polynomial, which is in degree 2, cubic polynomial, which is in degree 3. Degree 1 means x raised to the power 1, degree 2 means x raised to the power 2, and degree 3 means x raised to the power 3. So polynomial, if in which polynomial x has power 1, like 2x minus 3, it is linear polynomial. This is an example of quadratic polynomial, and this is an example of cubic polynomial. If let px is a polynomial in x and k is a real number, then if we replace x by k, then pk is called the value of px at x is equals to k. When we replace this k by x, then if pk is equals to 0, then k is said to be 0 of a polynomial. Geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial means if we have to find the zeros of a polynomial by geometry, then we make a graph like this of a given polynomial px. If this graph cuts the x-axis at n points, then zeros of the polynomial is n. It means कि जितनी जगह एक्स एक्सिस को वो ग्राफ कट करेगा उसके जीरोस उतने ही होंगे. In this graph cuts x axis at one point, then zero of this polynomial is 1. Here intersecting points at x axis are 2, then zero of this polynomial is 2. Here the graph cuts x-axis at 1, 2, 3 points. Then number of zeros is equals to 3. In this graph, this line cuts x-axis at 1 point. Then number of zeros is equals to 1. Here number of zeros is equals to 1. And in this graph, we see that the graph cuts x-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. The number of zeros is equals to 5. So by geometrical meaning, we can easily find out the zeros of a polynomial. Now relationship between zero and coefficients of a polynomial. Let a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. And alpha beta are the zeros of a quadratic equation. Zeros means alpha beta, let's suppose alpha beta are the roots of this equation. Then alpha plus beta is equals to minus b upon a and alpha beta is equals to c upon a. This is the relation between coefficients and roots, means zeros. Suppose a quadratic equation is x square plus 7x plus 10 is equals to 0. If we find its root, then we see x plus, factorize it, x plus 5 into x plus 2 is equals to 0. Value of x you will find minus 5 and minus 2. These are the roots of zeros of this quadratic equation. Now by this relation we see that minus 5 minus 2 is equals to minus b. Here value of b is equals to 7 and value of a is equals to 1. Value of c is equals to 10. If we compare this equation by ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, then we find that a is equals to 1, b is equals to 7 and c is equals to 10. Now we put to the values here. Minus b upon a means minus 7 upon 1 is equals to minus 7. Now we see minus 2, minus 5 and minus 2 is equals to minus 7 is equals to minus 7. And alpha into beta means this, minus 5 into minus 2 is equals to c 10 upon 1. We see that minus 5 into minus 2 is equals to plus 10 is equals to 10. So it is verified that alpha plus beta is equals to minus b upon a and alpha beta is equals to c upon a. Now if we see, this formula is for quadratic equation. Now if you have a cubic equation. Then a cubic equation is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equals to 0. This is a cubic equation, and let alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of this polynomial. Then relation between zeros and its coefficient is alpha plus beta plus gamma is equals to minus b upon a. We see that alpha plus beta plus gamma is equals to minus b upon a. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equals to c upon a, and the product of three zeros alpha beta gamma is equals to minus d upon a. Minus plus minus. Minus b upon a plus c upon a minus d upon a. Now linear equations. Pair of linear equations in two variables. Suppose this is a pair of linear equations in two variables x and y. a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0. a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0, where a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 are real numbers. Here we see that if a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2, then it means that lines intersect each other at a single point, and this pair of linear equation has a unique solution. This is called consistent pair of equations. If a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2, but it is not equals to c1 upon c2, then these lines are parallel and they have no solution. These are called inconsistent pair of linear equations. If a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2, it means that lines are coincident and they have infinite solutions, and they are called dependent consistent pair of equations. We see this by an example. The example of a pair of linear equations that x plus 3y is equals to 6, 2x minus 3y is equals to 12. If we compare these both equations by ax plus by, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0, and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0, we compare that we see that a1 is equals to 1, b1 is equals to 3, and c1 is equal to minus 6, because this when 6 comes in LHS, then it comes minus 6 is equals to 0. In same way we see a2 is equals to 2, b2 is equals to minus 3, and c2 is equals to minus 12. Now we find out the value of a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2. We see that a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2. a1 upon a2 is 1 upon 2 and b1 upon b2 is minus 1. So by the condition we see that a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2 means that these two lines are intersecting at one point and have a unique solution. These lines, these pair of equations are consistent. In graphical method we see that if we plot points at x is equals to 0, we find the value of y is equals to 6 upon 3 means 2. At x is equals to 6, we see that y is equals to 0. This is our data for equation 1. Now for equation 2, we see that if x is equals to 0, y is equal to 12 upon minus 3, which is minus 4. And at x is equals to 3, we see that y is equals to minus 2. Now we plot point in this graph 0, 2, 0, 2 and 6, 0. We meet these 2 points and we get to the equation 1, line which represents equation 1. Now we plot the points 0, minus 4, 3, minus 2, and we join these lines, these points, and we get a line of for equation 2. We see that both lines are intersecting at 1 point 6, 0. It means that 6, 0 is the unique solution of these two pairs of linear equations. Now there are two methods to solve this linear equation. First is substitution method. Let us take an example this 7x minus 15y is equals to 2 and x plus 2y is equals to 3. In substitution method, we have to substitute the value of one variable in from one equation to into other equation. Let us suppose that from equation 2 we find out the value of x is equals to 3 minus 2y. Now we substitute this value of x in other equation 1. We get 7 into x means 7 into 3 minus 2y minus 15y is equals to 2. Now we solve it. 7 3 is 21 minus 14y minus 15y is equals to 2 minus 29y is equals to minus 19, y is equals to 19 upon 29. Now we put the value of y in x, we get x is equals to 3 minus 2 into 19 upon 29. 3 9 is 27, 2 minus 19 2 is 38 upon 29 is equals to 49 upon 29. So by substitution method we get the values of x and y. X is equals to 49 upon 29 and y is equals to 19 upon 29, and this is the solution of this equation. Now second method is elimination method. In this method, let us take example 3x plus 4y is equals to 10, 2x minus 2y is equals to 2. In elimination method we have to eliminate one variable, either x or either y. So if we multiply equation 1 by 2 and equation 2 by 3, then we see that 3 2s are 6x and 2 3s are 6x. We have to make coefficients equal. So if we subtract it, we cancel out it. And 4 2s are 8 plus 3 2s are 6, 14y is equals to 10 2s are 20 minus 6, 14. Y is equals to 14 upon 14, which is 1. Now we put the value of y in either equation 1 or either in equation 2. We get 3x plus 4y is equals to 10. 3x is equals to 10 minus 4, 6x is equals to 2. So the solution is of this pair of linear equation, x is equals to 2 and y is equals to 1. Now equations reducible to linear equation. Suppose if we have this pair of linear equation, this is not in the form of ax plus by is equals to c. Here 1 upon x, 1 upon x, 1 upon y and 1 upon y. So let us suppose that 1 upon x is equals to p and 1 upon y is equals to q. The equations become 2p plus 3q is equals to 13, 5p minus 4q is equals to minus 2, which are linear pair of equations, and we solve these equations by either substitution method or elimination method, and then we get the value of p and q. After solving these two equations, we find out the value of p and q, and in the end we substitute that 1 upon x is equals to whatever the value is, and 1 upon y is equals to, and x is equals to, we get reverse of this, and y is equals to, we get reverse of this. Now quadratic equations. Quadratic, as you know that quadratic equation is in the form ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a is not equals to 0. Because if a is equals to 0, then it becomes linear equation. Now there are two methods. In fact, there are three methods. First method is by splitting the midterm, which you have already studied in your class 9th, and if you want to know the method of splitting the midterm, you can see my video of quadratic equation, which is also available in my channel. So now there are two new methods by completing square and quadratic formula. First, by completing square. Let the question is this: 3x square minus 5x plus 2 is equals to 0, and you have to find the roots of this equation. Then in this method, first of all, we have to make the coefficient of x square 1. It means that we have to divide whole equation by 3. Then we get x square minus 5 upon 3x plus 2 upon 3 is equals to 0. Now after making coefficient of x square 1, we see that coefficient of x, whatever it is, we divide it by 2. We divide it by, again listen, we divide it by 2. After dividing by 2, it becomes 5 upon 6. we have to add and subtract square of 5 upon 6. So the equation will remain same. It will balance. Listen again. In this method, by completing a square, the coefficient of x, whatever it is, we divide it by 2. It means 5 upon 3 is divided by 2, then it becomes 5 upon 6, and we have to add and subtract the square of this number. Now it becomes the square x minus 5 upon 6 whole square. We see x square plus 5 upon 6 square minus 2ab means 2 into x into 5 upon 6, which is minus 5 upon 3x. Now remaining is plus 2 upon 3 minus 5 upon 6 whole square is equals to 0. X minus 5 upon 6 square plus 2 upon 3 minus 25 upon 36 is equals to 0. 36 is LCM. Then 12 to the 24 minus 25 is minus 1. Now it becomes x minus 5 upon 6 square minus 1 upon 6, which is in the form a square minus b square. It means a plus b into a minus b. X minus 4 upon 6 and x minus 1. It means x is 2 upon 3 and 1. Roots of this equation is 2 upon 3 and 1. Now second method is quadratic formula. In quadratic formula, we have roots x is equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. First of all, we will compare the given equation by this, and we find the value of a, b and c, and put here we find the roots. Now if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, it means that x has two different real roots. If b square minus 4ac is equals to 0, it means it has two equal roots. If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, it means that the given quadratic equation has no real root. Now we solve this equation by quadratic formula. If we compare it by ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, we find that a is equals to 3, b is equals to minus 5 and c is equals to 2. Now we put here x is equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac. 4 3s are 12 2s are 24 upon 2a means 2 into 3 6. It becomes 5 plus minus 1 upon 6. X is equals to, if we take plus sign and next we take minus sign. 5 plus 1 6 upon 6 1. 5 minus 1 4 upon 6 is 2 upon 3. Roots are 1 and 2 upon 3. So in this way, to solve a quadratic equation, either we use quadratic formula or completing square formula. Roots are same, answer will be always remain same. Now arithmetic progression. A series obtained by adding a fixed number to its preceding term is called arithmetic progression. As we see that if a is the first term and we add d in each term, that if we add d in a, next term is a plus d. Now if we add d here, it becomes a plus 2d. Now a plus 3d. So this is called arithmetic progression, where a is called first term, d is the difference between two consecutive terms. Then if we have to find its nth term an, formula is an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. If we have to find its nth term, then formula is an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. And to find sum of n terms, then formula is n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d upon 2. Suppose if last term is equals to L. If we have given in the question last term is L, Then sum of n terms is equals to n by 2 into formula is 2a plus n minus 1 into d, and we know that a plus n minus 1 into d is this. Then a plus l. Let a series in arithmetic progression is given this. Here we see that a is equals to 7. If we have to find d, then we subtract first term from second term. It means 10 to the 21 upon 2 minus 7. 21 minus 14 is 7 upon 2. Here we have given and the term 84. And we have to find n and Sn. Then formula is an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. An is given 84. A is given 7. And we have to find, and d is 7 upon 2. 84 minus 7 is 77 is equals to n minus 1 into 7 upon 2. N minus 1 is equals to 22. N is equals to 22 plus 1, 23. Now if we have to find Sn, formula is Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. N is 23. 2 into a plus 23 minus 1 into d is 7 by 2. 23 by 2, 14 plus 22 into 7 by 2, 11. Now if we cut 2 and by 22, it gets 11. 11 7 is 77 plus 14, 91. It gets 23.2 into 91 and you will get the answer. So students, this is the complete syllabus of your algebra.
If you have any query, any doubt, any question you want to ask, then please drop them in my comment box. Please like, share my video. And if you have not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe my channel and wait for my next video, which includes the whole revision syllabus of geometry of class 10th. Till then, bye bye.